Yes. The one thing what the sir has ended, that the some things are mutable and some things are non-mutable. I think you can see any non-mutable portion is there. Can you anyone can microphone on and can answer, so that let's be interactive. In C, any mutable thing is there, then why the Python they design it for mutable and immutable? Any answer, please? C, in C language, everything is mutable. See, whenever you see character array, it is immutable. So you can change it, everything. In 1990, they have developed. What is the reason for it? Why they go for immutable? That is, please think about it. I will answer it another 2-3 minutes. I'll give you a hint. Another thing you see, if you open up the, I'm just opening up the screen. I'm just checking my. In the meantime, you can start. You can try your answers. Why the immutable thing is there? I give you a hint. In C, probably you know call by reference and call by value. Agreed? Call by value and call by reference. When to go for call by value? Call by value, that means it will be safer. And call by reference, when is a huge array, or say the picture array or graphics array, we want to give the beginning point, the call by reference. And if we give by call by reference, if we pass on any mutable object, it will be passed. But you think of it in Python, say if you have a call by reference and if you give a immutable object, will it change or not change? Can you got my answer? Can you get my hint? My hint is the logic between mutable object creation in Java, immutable object like Java string and Python. Why they go for the immutable object, so that you can't change. The advantage is the same function, the call by reference, you can safely pass those variables. Agreed or not? See, in C, whenever you in a call by reference, you have to be very taken care of, so that if you don't want to be changed, say then you have to go call by value. So here in Python, you don't need call by value. You can make your functions more better. It will be you don't have to keep two functions. So if you say call by reference, if you pass on the any immutable object, by no way the calling function can't change it. Are you getting my point? That is one point. So that what design criteria for creating immutable object like tuple, like string, these are created because they cannot be changed at whenever they are called. So the same function, call by reference, you can use it. That is one point. And another thing you have seen, I want to show it my screen. Just check it. I want to show my screen, entire screen. You tell me whether it is visible or not. I'm just showing my screen here. Here. Are you getting the screens, or is very less? Are you getting the Python screen? Please, one of you respond. Or is
No, sir.
you are not getting? Okay.
No.
No. Okay. Fine. Why you are not getting? That is, I also. Just a minute. I am trying my level best.
Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Let's see. Let's see. I don't know what you are saying. Yeah. Are you getting this screen? The Python screen? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Actually, this is very simple thing. See here, I have in the first screen A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10, type A, class int, ID this one, and if you ID this one. Can any one of you tell me why they have the same ID, but we have the variable is different? What is the design criteria for in the Python language? My question is clear or not? My question is, here A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10. Here A is a type integer variable and B is a type integer variable. Why they go for the same ID? Why? And for what is the design criteria? Please, anyone if you can answer so that class will be a little bit interactive. And anyone, what can be if you are a language designer? Remember this Guido van Rossum has developed this language in 1983 to 88, and remember all the Google and Facebook initial searching problems are written in Python. So the Python is so powerful, and at the time when he has developed the language, he is not a graduate, like the same case you are. So you can, some person like you, non-graduate, develop this language, and he passed his graduation exam after a lot of persuasion by his teachers at the age of 26, a quite late age, and he also married also at quite a late age, 45. Now he's almost a king, and everybody respects him because he is also like Bill Gates. He also worked in a mainframe. And in 1990 the mainframe is very costly, so he wants to avoid basic, so he developed this language in 1990, and it is developed before Java, and it is a complete contradict of language of C, and the design philosophy is totally different. So that is the reason what is the design, so that they give the same idea. Is the question is clear, or you can ask me the question? My question is, why they are given the same number? Here is ID is the same number, and here B is ID same number. Is the question is clear? Please, any one of you. Mohini is there or not? Or sleeping?
Yes.
I want to answer from Mohini. I want individually answer. Who are there? Yeah, I think again it's went wrong. Yeah, yes. Shubham? Yeah, what is, are you getting my question? Am I audible? Hello? Hello? Anyone please respond? Or
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, fine.
Sir.
The question, what is my question? Question is, why ID of A and ID of B is same? What on earth Python make it? Try to reason the answer, and you can put your question in text box or in WhatsApp also. Yes. Yes, I'm expecting an answer. You
Sir,
are
actually in
intelligent.
Python.
Yes. Who is answering?
Sir, actually in Python ID.
Who is answering?
Sir,
With name?
Suraj.
Huh? Suraj. Yes, Suraj.
Suraj.
Oh, yes. Carry on, Suraj.
Sir, because in Python, ID refers according to the value, not as per the variable names.
No, what is the reason?
For example, if we assign
You are great. But that is, you are asking my question in a answer form. But why is the reason? My question is why. Why?
Oh, sorry, sir. Then I don't.
Now have you got this? I also know this. They make a ID. For what on earth they make a same ID for different variable with the same value? Anyone please try? You please try out.
Sir, I think because this is.
Who is the person? Who is the person? Because my screen is covered. Yeah, who is the person? Please make your microphone on and tell your name and give the answer, please. Yes. Hello. Shireen is there. Shireen, can you try? Shireen? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Question? Please ask the question. What question I have asked?
Sir, like why the two IDs are different?
Not different,
I
IDs are
understand
same.
the question. I was listening.
No. IDs are same. The variables are different. They have the same
Yes.
value, but why the ID is the same? Yes, that is my question. My question is there any dearth of numbers? So why the ID is same? That is the question. That is the basic design policy of Python, and I want an answer from you. From you, anybody of you. Shri, you just think of Shivam, Shoaib, Shubham, anyone. Shubham, Ravi. Yes? Yes? Anyone? Should I give hint? This is a very, this is a fun.
Yes.
No, but anyone please try. This is very interesting question. You will get a prize. When I'll meet you, I'll definitely give a prize, a chocolate. A Cadbury chocolate is available. You just claim it. Yes? Anyone? You can Google.
Sir, Shivam gave an answer in the chat box. He said
No, you just state. I cannot. Oh, Shivam, give a chat box. Shivam can speak it. What Shivam chat box? This chat box? Okay, I'm just checking chat box. Shivam, what is the answer? Because they are both referring to the same object containing the value 0. Answer is 10% correct. So one chocolate, just one portion, one bite. Okay, answer is not fully correct. Why? Yes, that is he is giving the answer. What is the reason? Okay, I'll come to this. Then I'll ask another question. There is two types of variable, mutable and immutable, that you never heard in C, because C everything is mutable. You can change it. Okay, there is no concept of string in C. But why they in Java and Python they have done it? Because that reason I have told you that most of the strings are hardly changed in computation time, like your first name, second name, your date of birth. So generally in industrial programming, lot of things is happening. So you do not have to cut and paste, and these things are not required. So if you keep string in this immutable form, then it will take a lesser space and it will be faster in operation. That is the operational point of view. And another point of view in C programming, whenever you call a function, you probably know there are two basic type of function call. One is call by reference and one is call by value. What is call by reference? Whenever you call a function with a call by reference, you just give the 0th address of that reference. That means 0th point, and then subsequently it can be 100 bytes, it can be 1000 bytes, it can be 1 gigabyte. Say if you want to pass a picture frame, say 3056 by 740 something, with pixel, with the values, every pixel can be 8-bit colors, a huge data. So whenever you want to pass a picture frame from one routine to another, it would be stupid. You can, if you send it to call by value. Why? Because call by value means it will be copied. Again, the copying, whatever you do, is takes a time. You know, any copying, if you through CPU and if you to memory, it will take time, the memory cycle time. So generally it will generate call by reference. The call by reference, one disadvantage is anything in that any bug is there in called function, there might be garbage. Okay, so that is reason we have in C, that is not in C, in Java and Python, they developed a mutable object and immutable object. So see, if you call by reference, if we pass on an immutable object, are you getting? So will it be changed? Yes or no? Will it be changed? No, because it is basically I am passing the object in any function call, even by call by reference. If I pass a immutable object like a string or tuple, it would not be changed. So that would be much simpler for a programming system to take care of two kinds of function, call by reference and call by value. If I take the same kind of function, whenever we have to pass on the function, the parameters, we make it mutable and immutable. So whenever we are not sure that it might be changed, we make it a non-immutable and pass it. Okay, that is the answer. I think please, if you have not understood, tell once more that you have not understood. I can go reasoning far more. Yeah, anything? Shireen, have you understood? Shubham, understood this one? Please, am I audible? Am I audible? Shivam? Anyone, please answer. Please.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
You're
you're
right.
audible.
Now tell me, have you understood or not? What is the reason for
Yes.
mutable object creation? Advantage of mutable object creation is that whenever you are passing to a function, you don't have to bother whether it is a call by reference or call by value. Whenever you passed a immutable object, it will never be changed. That's the great point of creating immutable object. That is a great point of creating tuple. That is a great point of string. That is the reason. If you say everything has a reason, same I am now telling of your this thing, the ID values. Somebody Shivam has tried, but anyone now try? Why? What is the reason for the same values have the same ID? Okay, anyone must try, then I'll try to give answer. I'm not sure whether I can satisfy you. Yes, you try.
Sir,
Please.
One thing I want to ask. This is not a concept. Integer catching, something like this.
No, I'm not getting. Please, can you be?
For example,
can you text it? Can you text it to the text window or chat window or WhatsApp me? The voice is cutting. I'm looking at your WhatsApp and
okay, sir.
chat window.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, please. Yeah, I'm carrying on. The thing is that the ID in Python, probably you've heard C, there is a basic type. In Python, we are telling the basic type. But Python, there is no basic type. Everything is an object. Python, everything is object. Even whenever create int is an object, and there is an object ID. And why they have the same ID? Because they have to compact the space. If you change it, the ID would be changed. That is the answer. Am I clear? In Python, there is no such native primitive data type. Like in Java, you have an integer primitive data type. You have a primitive int float. But in Python, everything is an object, and everything is object ID. So whenever you create a variable, say a, actually it is creating an object, and that is the ID of that object. And another is whenever another variable you are creating, say B10, and the Python intelligent machine, it sees the same value, so they put on the same ID. But if you change it to different value, it will automatically change. So that is the intelligent Python virtual machine working on it. And what is they save it? They save it if they have the same values, they allocate the same space. So their garbage collection will be much better, and their storage allocation will be much better. And one more thing, it is not a primitive data type. That is one answer. And another type answer is double equal to. What does it mean? And is what to mean. Whenever double equal to means A equal to C, means whether their values are equal, and whenever A is C, that means whether IDs are equal. Okay, that is much tougher restriction. A is C means whether the ID of A and ID of C is equal, then it will come true. Whenever A equal C means whether the values they are same, that is true. Any question, please? It is not integer caching. It is in Python virtual machine, everything is an object, and everything should have some ID, and it is the design criteria so that the IDs they kept it same for their saving the space. That's all, and they automatically would be collected by garbage collector. Every object ID has associated with whether that is being used or not. A bit pattern is there. So if it is bit pattern becomes 0, it is not used by any function, so it will be automatically collected by a garbage collector. Okay, so that is the everything is Python is everything an object, and there is no primitive data type. So that is the reason it is. So today I have covered two topics. So any question I can take it in any. You can make your microphone on and ask the question, and then I'll chat anything. Yeah, I prefer anybody can microphone on. That's good. Yes. Anything? A chat window. So that A equal to means here. It is the with the content are same, that is true, and A is C, that means IDs are same. Okay, so this is one thing I want to say, and I just another anything you can. Is the screen visible? Is the screen visible, please? Anyone, please answer.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes.
There is a
Yes.
yeah, great. Yeah, there is a class concept. There's an object-oriented programming concept. It first come with a particular language that is called Smalltalk. And the Smalltalk is fully object-oriented programming language, same as Java. Some of you know Java. It is a purely object-oriented programming languages. What is the basic essence of object-oriented programming languages is that they think of everything as object, and everybody we perform programming by passing the messages. But is the object-oriented programming successful? No. Say certain cases, whenever you have a huge computation to be done, say you want to have a gravitational wave calculation or anything, earthquake prediction, there you have a lots of huge differential equation has to be solved, and then it has been shown object oriented programming is a failure. There is a traditional procedural programming, what the C and C++ gives. It's the best answer, and it is much quicker. And because object oriented programming means always calling object, and whenever you are object creation, you are basically stack is highly used, and you know from your experience from iteration versus recursion, you know whenever you are using stack, it is easier for programming languages few, but whenever using stack, there is always a stack failure and full of stack and all this thing. So object oriented programming is not good for every occasions, where there is a large computations required in most of the cases, like weather prediction, earthquake prediction, or say any vaccine. Whenever you are creating a vaccine class, you need lots of computation work. Then object-oriented programming is not there. The Python, Java, one of the main failure point of Java is doesn't have this feature. But C++ has both the features. So that is the reason C++ still one of the best languages, because you can do procedural programming, you can do functional programming, you can do the object-oriented programming, all these things. The language has the power. The same as Python also. Python also you can create a class. Excuse me. Like object-oriented programming, the one great thing is Python class supports multiple inheritance. That is not there in Java, and Python there is not constructor can be only once. You cannot have a multiple constructor like in Java, and Python constructor is named like double underscore init double underscore. Whenever you see any variable is a double underscore, that means is a private type of variable. This is the Python convention, and no constructor overloading, and this is the basic blueprint. And Python class is very simple. It is just keyword is class, and that's it. And it is multiple inheritance is supported is there, and I will cover it in next few classes. I'll ask you if you have any questions. If you have any question, you can ask any question on anything. Yeah, I expect some of you have got it, but the basic things that I request you go to the Wikipedia, the creator's blog, and then you can learn the language from his side of view, so that he said that Van Guido, he say how this language is created and what is the reasoning point of this language, why everything is object. In Java said that, but Java supports primitive data type, but Python doesn't support primitive data type. So there is always an ID associated with this, and that is the reason. That is the reason. And what is the point of mutable object and immutable object? Advantage of creating immutable object is pretty good. It is much better than C++. Immutable object you give you lots of advantage whenever you can pass on to the call by reference also, because you are damn sure that your object will not be changed, and most of the whenever you call then your functions writing will be also easier. You know that you don't have to bother whether it's a call by value or call by reference. If it is call by reference, and if it is a non-mutable, it will be okay. Any question, please? Anything? I expect a question, 1 or 2 questions, and then I'll be happy. Ask any question. There may be one question: when to go for list, when to go for tuple. The answer is that whenever you don't want a list to be updated, then you go for a tuple. Tuple is immutable list, and it will be used as a key value in a dictionary. A list cannot be a key value in a dictionary. So, and maybe list is generally not 1,000 items or like this. It may be tens of hundreds, and which should not be changed. It should be a tuple. So that is the criteria of list versus tuple. There is another typical question: what is the difference between the frozen set and tuple? Tuple is also immutable. You cannot change. Frozen set also immutable. But frozen set can have only one value. Tuple can have many copies. Okay. So dictionary. Then one question can be asked in dictionary whether you can ask the element in dictionary in 0, 1, 2 form. Can it be asked? Anyone please answer? Can dictionary item, can we index it? Anyone please? Any dictionary item you cannot index it because it is like a set. It is unordered. So in dictionary you get the item by hash values. Every key item, if you ask by key, it will be automatically comes. So if you can ask, if you have a double key, that will be rejected. Okay. So dictionary searching time is 01. That is a big advantage. Whenever you go for any lexical analysis and all in compiler, then you see the dictionary is the best thing, and it is one of the very best thing that Java doesn't support. Maybe some library maybe support it. Any question please? Anything? Yeah. I wish to take at least 1 or 2 questions please. Any question? Please ask a question. Are you getting the screen? Hello? Yes? Vahini, are you getting my voice? Hello? Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so any question? Vahini, any question? Shireen, any question? Shubham, question? Any question? And then you say no question, that's okay. But if because this is a, we cannot see you, that is the thing. No question? Anything? Python you have understood? Everything? What are the peculiarities of Python? One peculiarity is that there's an ID value, you never get it in other language, in Java. And what is the reason for it? Because in Python everything is an object and everything has object ID. And that is an internal representation. Yeah, you should not be bothered about it. You just see it by ID, but that you cannot use that ID value. It is not a pointer. So somebody may look at it as a pointer of a C. No, it's not a pointer. Pointer you can actually go there, but ID, with this ID value you cannot reach anywhere. Python hides it. They give just a value, you cannot use it. So this is not a pointer. Okay, this looks like a pointer, but that is a pointer is a very dangerous thing in C. I think that is one of the strongest point of C, and that is one of the negative point of the C because of the pointer. Because the pointer you can access it anything and you can destroy the whole system. So never in amateurs write program in C++ because it can the program cannot be stable. But if you can write program in Python, it would be a stable program because whole the sandbox and security is meant such a way you cannot write a rogue program on Python. So any newcomer programmer also cannot write a program which crashes the system because the whole program runs on a virtual machine. And the Python language is developed in such a way it might work as a slow language, but it will be a very robust language. You can run a very robust programming language and you can do anything on it. So Python is right now the de facto lingua franca of all computer scientists, not only the computer scientists, even I believe even the Bengali programmer, Bengali language, English, geography, they are also learning Python because it is very concept. You can write program on it, and non-computer science people loves it. And I have told you, Google and Facebook, they also develop the system in Python. So that is because Python is open source, free, nobody can claim, and it is a robust. It is design criteria is totally different than C. It is not meant to be fastest performer, but it is a robust performer. That is the point. Any question, please? Why mutable object? Why immutable object? Why ID? Then why class concept? Why not only class? In Java, the problem is you have to write a hello world program within a class, but Python you don't need. So here the class is not a mandatory. Class is when you need object-oriented programming, you go for creation a class. You can create multiple inheritance here. You can, your constructor is only one. That's it. Okay. Any question?